So finding a cube root is the same as finding the side length or edge length of a cube if they give you the volume of that cube. Why would you have the volume without the side length? I don't know. Or why couldn't you just measure it? I don't know. But in math, that's the way we're looking at it. And that's what cube roots do. Okay, they give us the side length from the volume of a cube. Now, the nice thing about cube roots is they can be negative because you have a number being multiplied by itself 3 times. So in other words, I could take the cube root of negative 27 right here. This one's okay. This one is okay because what number times itself is negative 27? It's negative 3, and that's okay. Negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 is still negative 27. It's 3 negatives. It makes the answer a negative. That's all right. Again, we can't have negatives on the inside if it's a square root or if the index is even. Then we cannot. All right, it says evaluate. I'm just going to simplify it because, well, I guess we can evaluate. It's a cube root. So right now, what I'd like you to do is just ignore the 8. Don't even worry about it. Just look at the cube root. You got to be careful on this. Some students say it's 8 to the power of 3 times the square root of negative 8. No, this is 8 times the cube root of negative 8. So just look at the cube root of negative 8. So what times itself is negative 8? This would be negative 2, okay? Now we need that 8 in the front there. So I would have 8 times negative 2, which is negative 16. Is there a nice way to come up with this negative 2? Sure. Put in the cube root of negative 8 in the calculator and then push enter. So here's how you're going to do it. Okay, for these calculators that we have, the TI-30XS Multi-View, type in the cube root. Well, I'm going to type the whole thing in, actually. So that would be 8, right? You're going to type in an 8. Then you need the cube root. So if you're going to type in a cube root, you have to start with a cube. Oh, crap. That means I have to multiply, by the way. So push multiply. That's multiply, not an X. And then type in 3, because we're going to get the cube root. I'm telling the calculator I want the cube root, right? And then you push second. And then remember that exponent button, this one? That's the cube, that's the root, nth root button. And you can see right above it, it shows xth root, like this. So 8 times 3, second caret button, and then just type in negative 8, and then push enter. So negative 8, enter, boom. And it gave me already the negative 16. Now the work was nice, right? It was fun. We enjoyed it. But the calculator's fun too, so get the same answer either way.